It is time.
It is time. Make sure this is on the correct way. And of course, I do not know where that sheet is at. There we go. Do it live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 154. Today is Thursday, April 26th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish. What's going on, Tessa, John, Cybert, Carly Durandice?
Come on in.
Said first time catching this live. I always catch the podcast day after. Well, welcome to our live show. Bro Bitcoin, what's going on? Malik, Sergeant Crypto, the game I peep. Antonio, what's going on? Oh yeah. Appreciate that.
Perfect. Yeah.
Fix this up.
Glad to see people coming in for the first time. Glad you can catch us live.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
All right, for the free Bitcoin, let's go ahead and get that out. Free Bitcoin from yesterday.
So, free Bitcoin winner was Indiana the Great. Thank you for your comment based on our cool question. Yeah, I like that name. I think it's the second time they won, second or third. With great comment based on our question, which was, what coin and what rapper do you think would pair well based on Snoop performing at the Ripple conference? And we had one comment. It was actually good though. It was, of course, Wiz Khalifa. He's strong with marijuana,
with the gas,
the hemp coin, or with Neo, he could rap about gas. So if you don't know, gas is slang for marijuana. So yeah, that's why that was a good comment. Thank you for that comment, and I've sent that free Bitcoin. Appreciate it.
There we go.
Indiana the Great.
Indiana the Great. Thank you for that comment.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get started. Of course, I'm sure we all know. I saw a couple of people already comment yesterday that they knew we were going to have a Dino of the day today.
Yeah.
And of course, we do. Bitcoin is a scam.
Oh, man.
Claims ousted CEO of PayPal.
It ain't so.
I like that how that's his title. Yeah. His title is the ousted CEO of PayPal. They don't even put your real name or your first name in the title. They put ousted CEO of PayPal.
Yep.
Bill Harris. I'm sure someone you've never heard of because I haven't. It's co-founding but short-lived CEO of PayPal, has written an opinion piece on Bitcoin in which he claims the cryptocurrency is a scam, a colossal pump and dump scheme, the likes of which the world has never seen, he said in quotes. Of course, it's interesting because if you're this smart guy, wealthy guy, why are you wasting your time writing an opinion piece on a scam? It makes no sense. Targeted Bitcoin on three fronts, asserting its uses as a means of payment, is extremely volatile and has no intrinsic value. Of course, you couldn't talk about Bitcoin being a scam without talking about the criminal exploitation, the resource-hungry mining targeted by hackers, and the scam beset history of initial coin offerings. So he basically just goes all the way in on crypto. And of course, he has to talk about most ordinary Bitcoin buyers are everywhere, breaking the law, failing to file taxes on their capital gains. Moreover, most heavy users of Bitcoin are criminals. All right, first of all, this sounds like the leader of the Diddly Do Right gang, of course, the Ned Flanders guys. But we always talk about laws on here. Let's say something first of all. When it comes about breaking the law, again, let's go back. Slavery and segregation used to be laws, people. So there's some laws I think that's okay to break. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women who don't want the two-thumb rule anymore.
Oh, wow. There we go.
I mean, I'm glad.
Rule of
thumb. Yeah, I'm sure glad that's gone. So
there's a lot of laws that's okay to break. We
have amendments.
And whether they're okay or not, we're going to break laws. Not saying the tax thing in general, but just in general, breaking the law. It's like
there's so many laws.
The law is created by people, okay? Just like the banking system was created by people, that's eventually being overthrown by a decentralized system. This is what happens. So this guy sounds pretty funny. I mean, he is like,
when he talks about the law, it is pretty weird. Going forward, we all know this, that lawmakers are in cahoots with private companies who have a lot of money, who can donate to their political campaigns. They can get laws pushed through. We've seen this over and over. And with PayPal, they were one of the companies people used to say was a scam.
Yeah, PayPal was illegal. You were already against the law. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's weird to see your little brother doing exactly what you were doing 10 years ago.
Right?
Like if you have a younger sibling that's like a decade or more younger
that is
than you,
very true. Everything he said about PayPal.
Don't do it. That's not what you're supposed to do. And then they're like, well, I figured out another way based off of y'all's mistakes. And I have a little brother, he's 4 or 5 years under me, but he's done that all the time. He'll literally be like, I mean, I saw you do it, but I know another way to do it. So, you shouldn't discourage me from doing it. And hey, I didn't. And it flourished. Right. They flourished just fine. But this guy here is weird, I guess, for him seeing Bitcoin coming. And he's how could that work? We figured it all out.
I can just hear him roaring right now. Like, literally, You wasted your time and wrote an opinion piece on something you care so little about.
Yeah.
Like, that says it all.
Yeah. Unemployed people got a lot of time.
Really, you know what I mean? Like, what is going on? I tell you, some of these wealthy people, you need to get with me. I'll show you how to spend this money, all right? We learn how to fly planes, helicopters, traveling everywhere. I hear some of them speak in
Beverly Hills. They not
as smart as I think what you guys are over here writing opinion pieces on something I don't believe in. That's a scam. I mean, come on. This is a joke.
Get out of here, brother.
But again, you know, this is another dinosaur. Clearly, we talk about the mindset of these dinosaurs. I mean, this is a guy that's not going to last. Clearly, he didn't last at PayPal. He's definitely not going to last for this digital revolution we're going through right now, especially if his only claims are, you know, the same used lines we've already heard. Actually, you know, props to this article, too. This article also basically said that, hey, he never actually mentioned none of the positive things that crypto or Bitcoin has been doing. This guy literally just went to all the negativity. Here it says most of the article appears to lump together Bitcoin with other crypto assets. Again, by lumping Bitcoin together with other crypto assets, you're already showing us that you have no clue what you're talking about. Despite the point of the article ostensibly being about how Bitcoin itself is a scam, Harris neglects to mention the political arguments for cryptocurrencies in the post-2008 financial crash context, including censorship, resilient, tamper-proof consensus, and decentralization. Again, some of the things we always mention. Yeah. But of course, you're going to leave out those good things. You're only going to talk about how all the Bitcoin users or most heavy users of Bitcoin are criminals. So that means everybody in our troll box every day are criminals.
Hey, yeah,
pretty funny. Milton say he's trying to get his job back, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
But with all that being said, what's his name again? I don't think. Is it Bill Harris?
Young Billy.
I was going to call him just the ousted CEO of PayPal. The ousted CEO of PayPal. Let's go ahead and give you that loud roar.
Let me hear it.
There it is. Thing screams too. That was the first scream is when he got fired. The second scream is when he heard about Bitcoin.
Third one is him finally dying.
Right.
Oh, yeah, just
you
give it up,
are out of here,
Give
buddy.
it up, my brother.
All right. In better news, though, Chilean court orders banks to reopen crypto exchange accounts. Huge story, people. Basically, what's been going on in every country happened in Chile. The banks closed the accounts of all the crypto exchanges earlier this month. The Chilean crypto exchanges went ahead and went to court for it. Specifically, a trading platform, Buddha, persuaded a court to order a detente in its dispute with the banks. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but it basically made the banks reopen their accounts with the exchanges until the ruling is settled. And the reason why is because of Chile's anti-monopoly court order, which is ordered Banco del Estado de Chile and I2 Corp Banca to reopen Badu's accounts while the exchange lawsuit continues against 10 banks.
That's a lot of words.
Huge story, people, because this would definitely set a precedent. Yeah. You know, here in the United States, we have a lot of anti-monopoly rules, and this is something, you know, we didn't even think of from this angle. Like, yes, you can go to the banks that's closing accounts and say, you guys have monopoly on this. This is illegal.
Yeah.
That is huge, people.
I mean, good luck in America, though.
Right.
We know who runs it, but it is something that if it's brought to court, like we said, it sets a precedence because we've seen it before. If one court does it, people can reference it, you know, going forward when they're trying to create laws like, hey, I don't think we should clamp down on them, take away their accounts because did you see what happened over there, this and that. So it's good to see that, you know, they're basically giving them their rights, so to say, before the trial. That's crazy to me. You can cancel the account before the trial even comes. Just an accusation, no money. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things. It hopefully gets cleared up in Chile, and then hopefully when they go to court, they come out on top. But
I hope they do come out on top. Like you said, it's going to set the precedent moving forward.
Absolutely.
And kind of like you said, it's messed up here in the U.S. We know it won't work as well because, of course, we know who the banks are in cahoots with. But you talk about some of these huge cases. I mean, I'm not sure if a RICO case is the right way to frame it, but there is definitely some type of case where not only could banks get in trouble for the monopoly they've been trying to hold on to, and then their unfair play in doing it, but also some of the government bureaucrats and employees who are working with the banks, allowing them to hold on to this monopoly. Yeah. The fact that in New York, Wall Street was able to prevail against cryptocurrency, and even still to this day, they pushed out so many companies. That is a monopoly. That is illegal here in America.
We have anti-monopoly.
We have anti-monopoly.
Do they enforce anything?
No one's enforcing those, though. Everybody just wants to come over to the crypto space and play. So I hope this case. This, of course, it does come out the right way that says, hey, this is illegal what the banks are doing. And I hope it's spread like a wildfire. And, you know, it kind of gives the banks here like, hey, put you on notice. We're coming here next for that. So
and plus, who doesn't want money?
Right.
You're a bank. That's all you do is accept money.
You talk about being scared of competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, these are the people these people are athletes. Do you understand? If it was like a championship game, there's going to be like, no, we're not going to play it. Like, you know, or
I'm already good. I won before.
We're gonna poison the winning team. That way, you know, they're sick and they play worse. Like, dude, you're supposed to be good, right? You're supposed to be super smart. Adapt.
You relying on old championships.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
We won in '96. Nobody care about '96. All right, I wasn't old enough to participate.
Y'all the Cavs, the Sixers,
right?
We're coming for you.
Another big story in the crypto industry. Crypto exchange Binance is more profitable than Germany's biggest bank, Deutsche. Is it
Way
Deutsche?
to go, Binance.
Deutsche.
I need to get a Binance shirt for real now.
Right. This year, in the first quarter of 2018, Deutsche Bank, Germany's biggest bank and one of Europe's leading financial institutions, recorded a profit of 146 million. Binance, the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, recorded a profit of 200 million. That's for an exchange that's less than 2 years old, about 2 years old, maybe?
Yeah.
It's an exchange about 2 years old. Is already beating one of the country of Germany's biggest bank. Deutsche. What are your thoughts on that?
Deutsche. Well,
I mean, we know who another dinosaur is.
Yeah, well, it shows exactly what we've been trying to tell people is that the money, the resources, the people are moving away from the banking industry. They're leaving. And as you can see with the profits made, so are the profits. People are not usually making anything with banks with a savings account, with money market accounts. They're kind of like, what is that?
What is 0.02% a month?
Let me jump in this crypto. And how do you do it? You have to get on exchanges, and Binance right now is looking like the best exchange out right now, simply because, like we've said before, if you're an exchange and you're fearless, everybody will gravitate towards you, and that's exactly what we see with Binance. And then profit wise, this is the result, which is hilarious because I think this is embarrassing for Deutsche Bank because they just fired 300 people on top of this.
Ooh, because something else we said that would happen would be the mass layoffs.
And I think Deutsche is starting to crack. So.
And here's the thing again, especially for some of our people here in the U.S. You know, we have people that listen to us and watch us from everywhere. And shout out to all those people. I saw somebody yesterday subscribe to us from Afghanistan. I mean, literally, we have people everywhere. But here in the U.S., one of the things we repeatedly said, you know, we were from North Carolina, went to school there, North Carolina State, of course. Big banking in the city of Charlotte, North Carolina, Bank of America and everybody there.
The biggest.
We know a ton of people who work for these banks, and we keep telling them, we're like, hey, in the next 3 to 5 years, you will be laid off. Like, it's not even a maybe. It's
cash out your retirement.
The technology is here to replace you already. We don't need people here. And for us on the international scale, Deutsche Bank is showing you that, yes, we are about to start laying people off.
Yeah.
And I think, of course, like you said, those are the cracks. It'll only be so long before it trickles down or trickles around to other countries. And I think we're definitely going to see that here in the States as well.
Got to remember, people, with technology, it's all about scaling. If you see it at a small level, the only thing it takes to reach the highest levels is scaling.
That's it.
When I walked into McDonald's a few months ago and I saw 5 different kiosks and 2 people working, I was like, all they got to do is scale it up. Yeah, all they got to do is scale it up from there for bigger companies, bigger industries. And then next thing you know, there'll be one teller in the bank, one dude in the back doing loans, and then there'll be a bunch of people at kiosks. If they have,
and they already have that here. I will say in LA, it's about 3 or 4 big banks already. That's like just straight kiosks. Like you said, it might be 1 or 2 people to help out.
Yep.
Like a manager.
And even they're mad. They're mad. Like, why are you still coming up here?
Right.
Like, they basically banks are mad.
Go online. You still coming in?
I remember I went to a bank. It was a while ago. It was like they were mad you were there. Like, everything is online. Just go online. I'm like, man. No, I was around the corner. I'm coming in, but it's happening.
Huge. I mean, this is huge, people. Like, this is 2018. We said a lot of stuff's gonna happen. This is one of the big things that's here. Like, I mean, this will always go down in history that a crypto exchange, only 2 years, a 2-year-old exchange, did more than a bank did.
Yeah.
I mean, that is huge news.
Yep. Good times, baby. Good times.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Milto. Make sure you smash that like and share button, people. Go ahead and put these YouTube and Twitch algorithms to work if you like this show. And if you don't, we still don't know why you're still watching. No, gaming company Nexon. We talked about them the other day. They're supposedly buying Bitstamp for $350 million. They refuted the rumors, saying that it is not buying. Well, they didn't say not. It just said they don't know where that deal came from, and they have no knowledge of it.
I think they were fishing to see what people thought.
Right? They wanted to watch our show. They want to watch our show. They be like, oh, so their liquidity, their volume is low for all right, 300 million. Yeah. 300 million.
We need to hear from real crypto traders.
Right. Bitstamp CEO came out at a press conference yesterday and said, we do not have any plans to link cryptocurrencies with our game business. Again, here's the thing, people. True or not, you know, again, it won't really affect the overall market. Maybe in the traditional way it will, but true or not, you have to remember businesses don't have to be honest. They can lie. We've seen this already. We've seen JP Morgan's CEO go on stage and lie and literally the same day hold a Bitcoin or blockchain conference, Ethereum conference, and then on the same day in the same week start trading against Bitcoin and stuff. So we know that businesses can lie. They will lie to your face. So we don't know. I mean, this is one of the things. I think you're right. I think they threw it out there to test the waters to see what the word kind of come back will be. No harm, no foul. Because at the end of the day, where else would this rumor come from? Yeah. You know, you had a high Nexon CEO walk to the Bitstamp office for some coffee. Like, just where did the rumor come from? So
yeah, that's one of those things. We'll see what happens if they want to buy it. So.
Right, Sumitra, there we go. So next one will buy it then. Exactly.
Next week it'll be like, oh, we finalized the deal. We just didn't want it out at a certain time, you know, whatever. So
yeah, you know what? I know it's not the best idea because it could go, you know, far right with it, but that's social credit. You know, they even had the episode. What was this on Netflix? They had the show about the
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror. They had the social credit.
They already started in China,
right? But things like this is where social credit will come in play at. It's like, no, you can't be a huge company like lying to people's faces. You know what I mean? But
that's gonna be
we'll
crazy.
See. Or maybe they're not lying. We'll see. Somebody is. You know, we had the resources. I definitely want to track it down. But, all right, where did this rumor start then? Yeah. It's only a handful of people in the industry.
Let's see who wrote these articles.
Yeah, let's track this thing down. So
yeah, they never tell their source, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Spanish BBVA becomes first global bank to issue loan using the blockchain.
Word.
What is going on with BBVA and their loan using? I like how they just say blockchain. Yeah. Which blockchain? What are we talking about here? Yeah. Oh, it's a private blockchain.
The bank's blockchain.
Oh, it's the bank's blockchain.
The one that can be edited. The one that can be that is so transparent. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this is one of the things we've always said from both sides. It's like blockchains are supposed to be decentralized, of course, but for the Ned Flanders, Diddley Gang, institutional, you know, people that want to come into the space, they need these products in order to feel safe enough to use it. And also, the banks themselves are using the blockchain technology, not so much Bitcoin as a currency. So this is, you know, sort of regular to see that they tested it. However, I will say, efficiency-wise, blockchain has been killing it because, like we said before, this is how Bitcoin became the, you know, best currency we've seen before. This is what blockchain is doing for industry because you have literally, it went from days to hours to get a $75 million loan, 75 euro loan. So you're talking about businesses, for one, like we said, cutting down the time it takes to do stuff, cutting out the people it takes to do stuff because they did it using smart contracts and logic. So like we keep stating with these banks, they'll use blockchain technology to improve their business. And this is what we see here.
They just don't want you to leave their currency.
Just don't leave that dollar.
Yeah, but as Bitcoins, they say, it looks like using that blockchain technology, it was about $75 million in euros. I think it was about $69 million in USD. It was a loan they used. As he said, they cut that process down from days to hours. And they even called the process, quote, a significant advance in the exploitation of distributed ledger technology. Now, what's key to note, again, this is a private blockchain, so basically it's their own private database. But I think what's even more important to note is the fact that this technology has been around. You know, this technology has literally been around now for 9 years. Yeah. And the only reason they're using it now is because the cat's out the bed. Yeah. Now they're faced with either people will go to cryptocurrencies, they will go to Bitcoin or all these different tokens out there, or they can use ours. We can show them, hey, you can still save money with us. No, you all had 9 years to implement this technology. I look at this the same way as Coinbase when they finally implemented SegWit. It was like you could have implemented SegWit when it came out.
6 months ago.
You chose to wait to get more money, to charge people higher fees, to do the immoral thing. And now you're coming back around. And like you said, it's perfect for the Ned Flanders and Diddley Gang because they're going to be like, well, my bank has it too now. I was like, Yeah, they got it 10 years later because they knew the competition was here in full force. So
and watch the tiered system they create.
Oh, you already know.
This is what's going to happen. They're going to say if you want regular services, and you want it to be this fast,
if you want it to be tomorrow,
then you pay nothing. But if you want it to be this quick or this quick or this quick, they're going to just increase the price on you. So like I said, they're going to eat themselves anyway because once they start doing that, people be like, come on, dog.
I can just do it myself with
using
crypto.
salt. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the industry will be too vast at that point. So
right. But again, like you said, the positive is that it does work. Something that has been indisputable so far, but I guess people need to see a mainstream service use it. So that's why they're in the news for it, which is crazy. It's like, come on.
Spanish BBVA.
German Securities trading bank reportedly becomes first in country to trade crypto. All right, this is a very similar story. Again, I get it why it's news for the mainstream, but this is not being. I wouldn't tout this as some huge accomplishment.
Nah.
Basically, this bank VPE. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this word. Actually, I am. Wertpapier Handelsbank AG. I'm assuming this German has that. A German security trading bank has partnered with Berlin-based technology company Solaris Bank to launch a cryptocurrency trading service for institutional investors. Basically, though, what's going on is, as you can hear, the main thing was institutional investors. They are allowing the trading of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Can you believe it? For institutional investors. And if they're institutional investors or anything like the United States institutional investors, that means you need to be making at least $200,000 a year or at least have $1 million in net worth. Now, this is crazy because they're proud to be this first securities trading bank, trading crypto in their country. But people, you can do it already.
Yeah.
You don't need a bank. You are your own bank with the three things they're trading.
Much innovation.
Secondly, if they trade it for you, they own it. Yeah. And the fact that they're going about it this way, only doing it with institutional investors, I can assure you that if they decide to turn off that faucet one day, you will not get that Bitcoin back and be nothing you can do.
Rich get richer.
Right.
Don't give them your private keys. Don't let these banks control your money. I promise you, the cold storage, super divisive way that they're going to store your Bitcoins, you can do it online right now. They're going to have some great jargon, makes it sound like we have state-of-the-art SHA-256
they don't have
algorithm,
anything special.
ECDSA. They're just going to throw out all the words that are in the white paper, and then you just basically do it yourself.
This is one of the things, like, it's kind of like that New York regulator. Like, I literally take this as what country is this? This is Germany? If you are in Germany, I mean, their bank just got ousted by Binance. So that should tell you everything. But you should take offense to this if you're in cryptocurrency in Germany. A bank came out and said cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and others have become a promising asset class in recent years. You really think we need you to tell us that?
Appreciate it.
To date, trading digital tokens has been restricted to crypto exchanges and online marketplaces for everyone. They left off those two words. To date, trading digital tokens has been restricted to crypto exchanges and online marketplaces for everyone. They keep leaving that out. We are pleased to be the first German bank to offer our customers cryptocurrency trading services. And the words they left out from that last sentence was for institutional investors only. You see how they literally are playing their own people.
Yeah.
That sentence, the previous sentence that says for the restricted to crypto exchange and online marketplace, they say it's restricted there, but that's for everybody.
Yeah.
Their way of doing it is only for a select few of the already wealthy people in the country.
Oh, yeah.
They're literally pimping people off the game right now.
The German people. The German people going to read this news.
You should feel insulted.
They're going to ask, and be like, so how can I join? And be like, you can't. And they be like, well, then why did you write the story? This is basically what we say.
Or somebody can be like, all you got to do is just go online to Binance and jump on right now. Well, you know what? With banks writing insulting, what's it called? Public, what's this called? I can't even think of it. I used to do them.
Public relations?
No, releases though. No. Media releases. With banks releasing insulting things such as this, it is no surprise that Binance was already able to, beat them. Yeah. Beat them at their own game. Because they are literally insulting their clients and their customer base in their entire country by saying things like this. But hey, let's continue to watch them eat themselves. I think it'll be the best news we can see the next couple years.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good time.
Philippine government to allow country's first crypto businesses in special economic zone.
Nope.
What's going on? I like how Bitcoin's parachuting in too. Yeah. What's going on in the Philippines right now?
Well, what on the surface it looks like they're allowing a special zone for about 10 businesses to move there, blockchain businesses. Like we said, if you want that money, if you're a poor country, allow Bitcoin and blockchain companies to come and flourish. They'll pay you in taxes. They outlined it here. You got to pay $1 million to do it, and $100,000 in fees. So you know what you got to pay to do it. However, if they have some system in place where they're basically like, hey, you can do what you want. Just don't come outside of this zone. Whatever you build in this zone is cool. We'll go from there. Just pay your fees and we'll leave you alone. You might start seeing, like I said, these countries going to Malta, going to different places. They're basically, all these companies are looking for is the best way to save as much money as possible without the whole regulation part of it. Because if you can pay $1 million to keep regulations off your back, that's way better than going to court for some regulation in America or somewhere else and dragging it out for years, spending $50 million. So especially for new exchanges. So this is definitely a good thing to see, but we'll see if it's a trap.
Right. We are skeptical only because you know how Deutsche operates. Not saying nothing negative or positive about him, just saying that we know how he operates. And as Bitcoins, they said, everybody could go and set up shop. And honestly, I think if you don't have the backing of a big country, basically to pull you out of the Philippines if something go wrong, then it's kind of you're definitely playing that risk reward ratio because I mean you could easily establish a great business there, make a lot of money, and then Deutsche can come in and be like, no, thank you, give it all to us. Like,
exactly.
That is
create a law.
It is ours now. It's like, wait, what?
Crypto mining is illegal. Hand over everything.
I mean, you have to remember he was just in helicopters, allegedly in helicopters last year, throwing drug dealers out of them. So, allegedly. So, I mean, hey. If it works, it works, though. Hopefully it does. Philippines is an awesome place. A lot of good people there. So
never been, but I've heard good things.
Yeah.
You got to pay to play in the Philippines.
That's true.
You got to do that everywhere.
That is
What do you think Wall Street's doing in New York? They've been paying to play for years.
But they got smart, and they sent some of their people to where you pay to work at. So they're playing and paying. Of course, this is written by Molly Zane Zuckerman. Big risk to put this article out. Multiple online harassment allegations against IOTA team. Foundation board member says he's not aware of incidents. So basically, this is still stemming from when the MIT, the lady at MIT put out that they found an exploit in IOTA algorithm, even though they patched it, I believe, before the story came out. And of course, there was a lot of going back and forth on that because the whole thing was, you told us, we fixed it. Why are you releasing it to make us look bad? But now people are also saying that, and again, this is allegedly, whatever. I'm in the middle of the ground on this thing, but people are saying IOTA has been, threatening, either verbal threats and trying to intimidate people, but also IOTA is bringing up some of the old things that people are saying. I guess I got one guy on here who said that he was so scared to say anything come out, and somebody from IOTA was like, "Hey, the thing we tweeted on was what's up with the FUD."
Yeah.
So of course we do know people are very sensitive in the landscape these days. We see it even on our channel sometimes.
Crybabies.
Yeah, people give us a random comment about something that's supposed to mess up our day, I guess. But so people are definitely sensitive. But I will shout out the CEO. For coming on Twitter and basically saying, yeah, I'm blunt, I'm brutally honest to people who attack IOTA, a nonprofit project with pure intentions, with falsehoods, insane accusation, and general defamation. Yes, if that makes me rude, then he said I'm rude as with the F word. And you know what? Shout out to him because we're seeing this more, and that's David Sanstibo. We've talked about this before. This is crypto, people.
Yeah.
This is crypto.
Yeah.
Like people have their own money. You can say what you want. You can do what you want. And we're going to see a lot more of that moving forward in the future, all the way to the point we keep talking about buying private islands, private militias, armies, navies. So, I mean, I don't know who's in the right or who's in the wrong, but if he's in the right, I mean, I wouldn't mind working for a guy who put his foot down like this, like do something.
Yeah.
I said it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep saying it.
Double down. That's what I always say. Yeah. I don't really get, the whole online stuff where people they block people and then they make like a presentation about or basically, hey, I blocked this person because for these reasons. Just do it. You don't owe anybody in this space any kind of explanation for anything you do. Everybody's in here doing what they do for whatever vision they have. IOTA has their vision. If some people don't like it, they just don't like it.
Tune off. But my thing is, if you don't like IOTA, just why? It's so many projects and so much going on right now. I honestly don't understand how you have the time or energy to divert any resource toward a project you don't like. Yeah. So if you really don't like IOTA, if it really is that bad, hey, throw out, like the ousted CEO, PayPal, do your little opinion piece, do your 2 cents, and keep it pushing. If you do like it, then whatever. But I don't see why people spend so much time on it if they don't. It's literally thousands of altcoins now. Yeah. Why are you spending time on the ones you don't like? I don't know.
And I'm not one of those people that go back and forth. If somebody says somebody's doing something, they could easily just do a Google Hangouts that day and say, all right, what's the exploit you found? Show it. Show us what it is. If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, then you can say, don't ever tweet me again. And then just get off the like, this doesn't have to be a long knockout, drag out process.
Right. What's going on, Crypto Q and his mom? What's up? Now, the one thing I will say, I get where they're coming from. It looks like Tim Swanson, the director of tech advisory firm Post Oaks Labs, told this publication that once you start threatening independent research teams that do vetting and verification, you're not just creating ill will, but you're actually creating an environment in which security researchers no longer feel safe to provide independent verification of claims which benefit society as a whole. All right, I get what you're saying, and that's true. We said learn how to
fight.
You see, stupid.
We no longer feel safe.
No, but
security. You gotta pull up.
No, but and I agree with that statement. But here's the thing: it kind of goes back again. And I get where IOTA's coming from with the MIT girl or lady there. I don't understand why she released. I saw the post when she released it on Medium too. Yep. If they patched it up, they fixed it. She put it out there. I don't know why it was publicly released unless it was to tarnish her name, which it kind of was. And she made a good point. She was like, "Hey, this is supposed to be a multi-billion-dollar platform. Of money have already been invested, and they have this huge flaw. Whether fixed or not, people didn't know about it. So I get it. But for Tim Swanson, when it comes to independent research teams that don't feel comfortable, then stop verifying them. Yeah. I mean, that will become clear in the community, not just IOTA, any company. If there's a company with that much pushback or that much threat or intimidation you feel, and again, as Dave Chappelle said, people are very brittle these days. We know that. People are super sensitive, and there's some people that's not playing that game. Yeah. We play a little bit, but some people aren't going to play that game. They're like, so what? If you like the CEO said, F off. If you're sensitive, leave. But the point is, if you don't feel comfortable, if it is this kind of environment you don't want to work in as an independent security researcher or anybody else in the space, then don't do it. Just walk away from them. It's thousands of other companies you can do independent research on. Yeah. It doesn't have to be this one. And eventually, if a company is that bad or they're, putting out that much harmful stuff, then people will find out. Kind of like BitConnect, people found out. Some found out the hard way, but some found out. But
you will sooner or later.
So same thing. I don't spend your time on something that isn't worth it to you.
Yeah, this wouldn't even have made an article.
Right, that's my point.
It wouldn't have been no tweets or nothing.
But hey. This ended on a great note, not a good note, but a great note. The 17th million Bitcoin is about to be mined. What is up with that? Next day or two, it said?
Basically what it means is the supply, about 4/5 of the supply is gone. So you don't have the opportunity to buy Bitcoin as much going forward. I mean, it is divisible up to 8 decimal places. We know that. However, from a psychological standpoint.
You want a whole one, though.
Yeah, exactly. From a psychological standpoint, seeing the numbers 17 million, seeing that the supply is 21 million, and seeing how many years we have left.
We already lost about 2 to 4 million, they said.
And we lost some, I was going to say, and you have some that's locked up, in my opinion, by people who don't plan on spending it for a long time.
That's true,
there's people who are literally like, I got 100, 200, 500 Bitcoins. Kids. Yeah, and I'm already rich, so I'll just save it for 2050 or something.
You understand how that's going to look when your kid grows up and comes into a what's it called when they leave the will? Yeah, it'd be like, oh yeah, I left you 3,000 Bitcoins. Like, wait, what? In another 30 or 40 years?
Be like, man, Grandpa was mining Bitcoins.
He left me $100 billion. For real. Yeah.
I'll run the country now.
Right, right. Overnight. It's like I turned 18. Yeah, when I turn 18, I'm gonna go ahead and run for president of the country. Like, what? Yeah, my grandpa left me 400 bills. Oh, yeah. No big deal. It's no whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. Wait, what?
Yeah. This is a funny story. Seeing people how they talk about it's not a big deal, it's whatever. Yes, it is, because from a psychological standpoint, like I've said, this is newsworthy. And if the supply is limited and demand is increasing, what happens to the price? increases. That's very basic economics. You learn that the very first day. So with Bitcoin, there is a lot of stuff to iron out on the tech side. However, I don't see it going backwards. So as far as the price will follow or precede the technology, like we've seen before. We did see a huge rise.
That was actually a great point. It was follow, proceed.
Yeah. So either way, we'll see what happens from the tech side, but from the price side of it, it's like
it's going to get crazy.
How can you look at the number of Bitcoins there supply wise? How many people are waiting to enter the market and think to yourself, yeah, this price is definitely going down?
Like we talk to a lot of wealthy people every day who want to get in. They're just not, they're not comfortable yet. They're like, hey, we still need to read about it, whatever. And it's like, all right, well, wait till 20, 30,000 again. But those people are on the sidelines who want Bitcoin too. Jamal J, great comment. He said, young Bruce Waynes and Tony Starks popping up everywhere. I can see that. A bunch of wealthy kids overnight who just start these tech labs and boom, next thing you know is... Flying cars are actually here. For the free Bitcoin day, what are we doing?
All right, so for the free Bitcoin, 17 million Bitcoins have been mined. The 18th millionth Bitcoin will be mined probably around October 20th, 2019. And you know where you are today. Where will you be when the 18th million Bitcoin is there? Tell us whether you think you'll be working for a company, you'll still be mining, trading, you'll be out of it completely.
There we go.
Whatever. When the 18th millionth one is here, let us know. Leave your public address, and we'll send that free Bitcoin to the winner.
If you can't think of an answer on top of your head, that means you're going to be exactly where you're at right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's true, though.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. As always, you can catch us Monday through Friday at 10-ish. On the Twitch and YouTube Live. Of course, our podcast, Google Play Music, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn. Make sure you rate that Apple Podcast app if you can as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Cheers.
Have a good one, people.